Explanation of ClusterIP in Kubernetes. Overview. ClusterIP is an internal-only service type in Kubernetes that provides a stable internal IP address for service communication. It facilitates pod-to-pod communication and is essential for microservices within the same cluster. Unlike other service types like node port or load balancer, ClusterIP is only accessible from within the Kubernetes cluster. Key features. Internal access only, accessible only within the Kubernetes cluster. Stable internal IP provides a stable cluster internal IP address for services. DNS integration works seamlessly with Kubernetes DNS for easy service discovery. Load balancing support distributes traffic across multiple pods backing the service. How it works. 1. Unique internal IP assignment. Each service of type ClusterIP is assigned a unique internal IP address within the cluster. 2. Traffic routing. Routes traffic to the appropriate pods using label selectors defined in the service specification. 3. Internal routing. Uses IP tables or IPVS for internal routing to ensure requests are directed to the correct pods. Use cases. Microservices communication facilitates communication between internal services, like a front-end accessing a backend API. Backend services. Ideal for internal services like databases or caches that are not exposed to external traffic. Secure APIs, used to implement secure internal APIs that do not require external exposure. Example configuration. To define a ClusterIP service, you can use the following Kubernetes YAML configuration. YAML API version, v1, kind, service metadata, name, my service, spec, type, ClusterIP, selector, app, my app, ports, protocol, TCP port 80 target port, 8A80 here. ClusterIP maps the service port 80 to the pod's target port 880 using labels, app, my app. Limitations. Cluster restricted access. Cannot be accessed outside the cluster. External traffic requires a node port or load balancer service. Dependency on external load balancers requires an external load balancer for external exposure if needed. Summary. ClusterIP is a comprehensive explanation of cluster